Okay, we meet again in the second video of independent audit report. I have shown you these figures, the diagram to make a connection between the unqualified and modified audit report. Now let us go through each of these reports and to understand what actually make them become unqualified or modified audit report. Okay, we have covered this one in the first video, saying that Auditing Standard 700 will cover for standard and qualified audit report, AI 706 for unqualified audit report with emphasis of matter, and AI 705 for qualified audit report. Now let us look at the first one, the first type of audit report, which is standard unqualified audit report. Okay, we will recognize, or we will say that we will give a standard and qualified audit report when we feel that matters that we find do not affect our opinion, and we conclude that financial statements are free from material misstatements. That means we are saying that it is a clean report, okay, free from material misstatement. Okay, please ignore the word statement, it should be material misstatement. So elements of unqualified audit report here, we are saying that all statements, balance sheet, income statement, SOPEL, cash flow statements are included in the financial statement. They have followed all the auditing standard. We have sufficient evidence have been accumulated, and the financial statement of the client's company are being presented in accordance with the approved accounting standard, and adequate disclosures have been performed. So there is no circumstances requiring any additional explanatory paragraph or modification of the wording of the report. So we can see here that we issue unqualified opinion when we, as auditor, concludes that the financial statement give a true and fair view. I mean, in all material respects have been presented fairly, accordance with the applicable financial reporting framework. In one way or another, an unqualified opinion also implicitly indicate that any changes in accounting principles or in the method of their application and the effects thereof have been properly determined and disclosed in the financial statements. We're saying that it's a very good report, a good financial statement, and for that reason we are issuing unqualified opinion. Now we come to the second type of unqualified audit report, but this time we are going to include additional paragraph. We call it as emphasis of matter. Here we are saying that matters that do not affect auditor's opinion and financial statement show true and fair view, but it is important for us to provide additional information or to highlight this particular information to the users or the potential shareholder or the shareholder itself. Okay, why do we issue modified and qualified report? First, perhaps it's because of the lack of consistent application of approved accounting standard, AAS, substantial doubt about going concern, auditors agree with departure from promulgated accounting principles, there is an emphasis of any matter that we need to highlight to the users or report involving other auditor. Now, let us look at modified report. Okay, when we have a report, we are going to modify the auditor's report by adding a paragraph and highlight certain material matter regarding a going concern problem. Okay. The auditor may consider modifying the auditor's report by adding a paragraph if there is a significant uncertainty on the going concern of the company. This is other than going concern problem. If it's a going concern problem, they are going to state is a regarding going concern problem. If there is matters other than going concern problem, they're going to add a paragraph, especially when there is a significant uncertainty. The resolution of which is dependent upon future events and which may affect the financial statements. For example, maybe there is a cancellation of a contract to the company, where the company actually depends largely on the contract. Uncertainty is a matter whose outcome depends on future actions or events, not under the direct control of the entity, but that may affect the financial statement. But still, we have to highlight this in our report. Now, let us look at the what makes us to issue other than unqualified audit report. Basically, there are two reasons. It's due to scope limitation. Usually, I will put it in minor LOSW, limitation on the scope of audit work, or disagreement. D, he may issue either qualified or disclaimer or adverse opinion. So these two are the matters that may affect auditor's opinion. Again, I have mentioned just now, there could be limitation on the scope of auditor's work, or there could be disagreement with the management, especially with regards to the acceptability of the accounting policies, the method of their application, or the adequacy of the financial statement. The first one, limitation on the scope of audit work, could lead to qualified opinion or a disclaimer opinion. We will go through one by one later. The circumstances which described in B, disagreement with management, on the other hand, could lead to qualified opinion or an adverse opinion. Now, let us digest this together. A qualified opinion. Expressed when the auditor concludes that an unqualified opinion cannot be expressed. So when we cannot express unqualified opinion, it's going to be a qualified opinion. But that effect of any disagreement with management or limitation on the scope is not so material and pervasive as to require an adverse opinion or a disclaimer of opinion. So let's say if you have disagreement with management, you have limitation on the scope of audit work, or limitation on the scope of audit work, but the situation is not material and pervasive, you are going to issue a qualified opinion. Okay. A qualified opinion should be expressed as being except for the effects of the matter to which the qualification relates. That means except for certain condition which makes it become a qualified opinion. Now, when do we issue disclaimer of opinion? Remember, we mentioned earlier there are two situations. First is limitation on the scope of audit work, and secondly is when we have disagreement with the management, especially in relation to the applicable accounting standard. We issue disclaimer of opinion when we have limitation on the scope of audit work, and we believe that the limitation is material and pervasive, that we will not be able to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence, and thus unable to express an opinion on the financial statement. On the other hand, if we have disagreement with the management and we consider that as so material and pervasive to the financial statement, then the auditor may conclude that a qualification of the report is not adequate to disclose the misleading or incomplete nature of the financial statements. Thus, we are going to issue an adverse opinion. So the key point here is that if you have limitation on the scope of audit work, or you have disagreement with the management, if in both situations is considered not so material and pervasive, we are going to issue a qualified opinion. But if the limitation on the scope of audit work is considered as material and pervasive, we are going to issue disclaimer, and in this case, an adverse opinion will be issued if you have disagreement with the management and that matters is considered so material and pervasive to the financial statements. I hope you are clear by now. Okay, moving on to the next slide. It states here that when auditor expresses an opinion other than unqualified, a clear description of all the substantive reasons should be included in the report, and unless impracticable, a quantification of the possible effects on the financial statements. That means if you run away from the, if you use other opinion other than unqualified opinion, you need to be clear and write down the substantive reason. That means the auditor need to include the reason for them not choosing unqualified opinion. Okay, it states here, normally this information would be set out in a separate paragraph preceding the opinion or disclaimer of opinion and may include a reference to a more extensive discussion, if any, in the notes to the financial statement. So it is important for us to understand, if we become an auditor and in issuing the auditor's report, we need to include certain paragraph when we are diverting from the normal unqualified audit report. Okay, this is a table of summary of the audit opinions that we may issue. As I mentioned earlier, if the situation is not so material and pervasive, either limitation or disagreement, we are going to issue except for or qualified opinion. But if the condition of limitation and disagreement is material and pervasive, we are going to issue disclaimer for limitation and adverse for disagreement respectively. So what do we mean by pervasive here is that here I put in my slide, pervasiveness of an item in the financial statement will determine whether the auditor should issue a qualified or disclaimer or adverse opinion. How would that affect materially to the whole financial statement of the client company? So basically, before this is the last slide. This is how we are going to make our decision. Let's say the first question is whether the financial report presented fairly all material respects in accordance with the accounting standards and all relevant statutory requirements. If yes is the answer, then we are going to issue an unqualified report or unqualified report with emphasis of matter. But if we believe that the financial statement not presented fairly, why is that so? Is it because of scope limitation or is it because of disagreement with the management? If then we have to consider this. Firstly, the scope limitation. For example, if the matter per material and pervasive. If yes, then we are going to issue a qualified report with a disclaimer opinion. But if the matter is not so material and pervasive, we are going to issue an except for or qualified opinion. The same goes to a situation where we have disagreement with the management. If the matter is not material and pervasive, we are going to issue an except or qualified opinion. But if the matter is considered to be material and pervasive, we are going to issue a qualified report or modified report with an adverse opinion. I hope you are clear by now. How do we decide whether we are going to issue an unqualified report or a modified report? It very much depends on how we perform our audit and how we feel about the whole financial statement being presented to us. Assalamualaikum. I will see you guys in the next topic. Thank you.